You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
We had a great time out in North Bay. I think I would like for you, Dalby, to share your story about your hotel.
Man, that's got to be the weirdest hotel I have ever stayed in. Or at least, the hotel was fine.
Shout out to the Best Western.
Weirdest hotel room that I've ever stayed in.
Describe the room that you had. Dalby had one of the craziest views you could ever have in a hotel room.
That's just it. Because, like, you walk in, and just like every other hotel room, bathroom's right there. You go in, two double beds, that's fine. TV,
Standard
nice,
stuff.
little fridge, all that. The couple chairs in the corner for watching whatever activities you may see. But then I love a good hotel view. I love to see, like, am I getting dirty parking lot? Am I getting majestic scenery? So I throw open the curtains, and the way that the building is constructed, from my room, the building goes down and then over and comes back, and that's where the hotel pool was. And it's just a direct above staring down view of the hotel pool and a bunch of kids swimming in the pool. I've never closed the blinds to a window so quickly in my entire life. I'm looking down there and there's parents looking up. I'm like, ah!
The best part is like, I met you out front of the hotel and you're like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, did anybody see you take a photo? Because
That's right.
That looks so suspect.
I wanted to document it. I was like, no one's going to believe me. So I took a picture, not thinking until Brock pointed it out that, like, yeah, if any parent had looked up and seen my figure in the window, let me just take a picture here.
Yeah. A man of your size holding up his phone to try and look through into the pool.
And those chairs that I mentioned, there's chairs at a table in that course. You had to, like, lean over them. So now I'm, like, hunched over too. Like, not a good look.
You got the Epstein suite or something going on there.
Stop calling it that. That's a horrific name for it.
I don't know why anyone would design a hotel where they're like, you know what someone would want a view of? I mean, don't get me wrong, there's most definitely someone who would want a view of a pool.
Anybody who walks into that hotel and is like, I would like the suite that looks down on the pool, please.
Because I guess, like, to describe it, it's not like you're looking directly into the pool. It's like the pool had glass around it, too, so...
That's just it. Because, like, I've stayed in hotel rooms where, like, your your room overlooks the pool, or maybe has, like, an adjoining door so that you can go right into the pool area.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that makes sense, right? It gives it kind of like a Great Northern Lodge water park kind of feel.
Yeah, the peeping suite.
But this room had, like, a grass stretch of field between the room and the pool, and again, was just slightly elevated so that you're looking down through the windows. It's like, who got in here and was like, yeah, that looks good. And put them on a list. Put them on a list so people know who they are.
It's almost like if you've ever, like, had a house where your bedroom window is too close to your neighbor's bedroom window.
Yeah. You accidentally get that look. Or even worse, if you've got, like, a window in your bathroom that faces your neighbor's house and has any kind of window. Like, that one day that you lock eyes and you're like, I have to move now. I can't live here anymore. This is the worst design flaw I've ever seen.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
When you were a kid, did you ever get in trouble for listening to music?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I loved hip hop at an early age, and I've also talked about I owned Insane Clown Posse albums.
Oh, how crazy did Karen go when she saw Insane Clown Posse CDs in your room?
Safe to say, like, she didn't know what the CDs were, but the first time she heard me listening to it, she was not down with the clown. If you
She didn't want to go chicken on with you?
She was not a juggalo.
Check this out. A 19-year-old kid from Russia has been charged after searching for and listening to a song that authorities have deemed extremist.
A song that's extremist?
Of course, like Russia, they got very weird laws.
Well known for their personal freedoms.
So this kid is either facing like some serious fines or potential jail times for listening to an artist called, and I'm probably going to butcher this, Verka Sedurka?
Verka Sedurka?
And it's like a Ukrainian artist, so that's why it's deemed extremist.
Because of the war.
This is the song that allegedly the 19-year-old was listening to.
I think this is an old ICP beat, actually.
I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but like, I don't know how you hear a kid listening to this and be like, they're gonna try and overthrow our government.
It's hard to hear something this sort of like upbeat and poppy and be like, oh no, they're coming for us.
Could face around like 5 years in jail or some serious fines.
5 years in jail for listening to this? That's crazy.
For listening and just for even looking up the song too.
You did say that. Searching, just Google searching this band could put you behind bars.
I downloaded so much stuff off of LimeWire and I've never got a single charge in my life, man.
Dude, yeah, what would they do if you got that Bill Clinton I did not have sex clip?
It's crazy to think, like, how wild it is to live in Russia and, like, what a small kind of, like, net you have of freedom or whatever. I mean, like, when I was a kid, I got in trouble for listening to Blink-182, but that was just mainly because of, like, the family reunion, the happy holidays, the grandpa songs, and whatnot.
The ones with a lot of cussing were the ones that we got in trouble for back in the day.
The song about Tom DeLonge wanting to love a dog.
Yeah.
Was most definitely not something my mom was intrigued about.
Right, or like even like the first time my parents heard me put on NWA as I was a young man starting to learn about hip hop and stuff like that. Sorry, what are we doing with the police?
Well, even like, I mean, it's not that far-fetched. I know there's a lot of people that were listening in like the heyday of rock and roll in the 80s where parents were like, that's the devil's music.
So many albums you could play backwards and apparently spawn demons in your hometown.
Isn't it crazy how far we've come along from like kids getting kicked out of their homes for being too rock and roll, and now it's like that's classic rock now.
Yeah. That's right. These are our nostalgia songs.
We're playing like little splitters before that go vintage.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we used to burn the vinyl in the streets to keep the demons away.
Yeah. There's literally people who don't talk to their dads because of Twisted Sister.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Justin, what band or artist got you in trouble as a kid?
It was definitely Eminem. My parents were not a fan of that at all.
Oh, parents hated Eminem.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah, they had discovered what I was listening to, and when they did and when they heard it, I guess the CD ended up in the trash. And when I couldn't find it, I started searching, and when I looked in the garbage bin, there it was. So I dug it back out and continued listening to it.
Which, of course, only makes the parents more angry.
I think that's the thing that a lot of parents didn't realize is like, yeah, they just made it way cooler that way, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, my mom had a lot of trouble understanding how somebody could say such mean things about their mother.
I think every mom felt that way.
I'm sorry, mama.
The rap music really did a number on people.
Yeah.
Someone texted in about 2 Live Crew as well.
Dude, some of those songs were not only out of pocket, they were out of state.
Ashley, there's a rapper that got you in trouble. Could you share with us what rapper got you in trouble?
So when I was like probably 14 or so, I somehow managed to get my hands on And Then There Was X by DMX.
Great album.
That album. Yeah, my mom definitely was not a fan of DMX. I would try and only play it like when she wasn't home, if she was at work or whatever. But yeah, sometimes I would have it a little loud, I guess, and not notice or come home, and then she would just come busting through my door. Like, I'm surprised that thing didn't break down.
Nobody's listening to this up in here, up in here.
Turn this crap off, and I'm like, Mom, it's just music. And she's like, B-word this, N-word that. How do you listen to this?
For her, it was in fact not a game.
It was not a game. And she was like, Mom's gonna give it to you, you know.
All right, we got one more caller on the line. We've got friend of the show, Matt, on the phone. Matt, what band or artist got you in trouble as a kid?
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I think there's a few people on that list.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and when they heard that, they sent me to a Bible camp, and we weren't even religious, so that was quite interesting.
Ain't no son of mine listening to devil music.
The best is the idea that they were so convinced you needed Jesus, even though they didn't want him.
That's crazy.
But it was actually really fun. Me and my brother both got sent there, and then we played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
What was the reaction the first time your parents heard you listening to Marilyn Manson?
I think they went as white as a ghost and pretty much were like, what? And that's it. And yeah. So then the next weekend I was gone to a Bible camp there outside New Worcester.
God, just imagine what they would have done if they'd found out about his missing ribs.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Blue Jays are officially 1 game behind from getting a wild card spot.
Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself.
Hey, there's 36 games remaining on the season.
Yeah.
Which means 22% of the season is left.
Right. That's a lot of games they could blow.
There's still a chance, is what I'm saying.
There's always still a chance. You are a Toronto sports fan, dyed in the wool, true and through. Why do you keep doing this to yourself?
Well, because I saw this yesterday. Since July 28th, the Blue Jays have increased their odds to make the playoffs by 500%.
It's so weird because, like, if you watch sports, if you follow sports, you know that when a trade deadline comes and a team starts trading away their best players, they're sellers. They are basically giving up on the season and getting ready for next year. So why did the Jays start playing better after they started selling before the trade deadline?
Well, it's kind of like when you're texting someone and you're like, I can't tell if this is dying off. And you haven't heard from them in a couple days. Then all of a sudden you get that like you up text at 2 a.m. and you're like, I'm back in.
Is that winning series against the Sox and the Yankees was the you up text to the fans?
Kind of.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You got a Florida man story for you, Dalby.
Yes.
A Florida man got into a fight with his neighbor over his dog pooping on his grass.
Which maybe the most relatable Florida man fight I've heard of.
He was very mad that they weren't cleaning it up, so he went over, he opened their door, and he threw the dog poop at them. Here, listen to this. There's some body cam and news footage here.
Okay.
I complained about the dogs put in my yard. I said something to his old lady yesterday morning about it. She said she'd pick it up. 4 hours later, it was still there. I set it on the edge of the driveway right there.
The neighbor says what really happened was the Clote opened the door to his house, shouting loudly at the victim while holding the feces in his hand. Then he threw it, hitting the neighbor. This resulted in a tussle over number 2, in which the neighbor punched the Clote in the forehead.
So the guy was taken to jail. He's potentially facing charges right now.
For throwing the feces.
And now, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand it, dude.
I'm just saying, if you're that neighbor and you're like, he opened my door and threw poop at me. Well, the only way that he got that poop is because you didn't look after your dog. If you'd have done the right thing, he wouldn't have had the ammunition.
If you lose something and I find it on my grass,
right,
would you not want me to bring it back to your house?
It's lost and found.
Yeah.
He's just delivering it.
I feel like people who don't clean up after their dog should spend a night in jail.
Yeah, or at the very least, do you remember, like, in olden times, you would see the person and they'd be in the stocks, like, with their head in their
and we
wrist?
throw their poop at them instead of tomatoes.
We throw the dog poop at them, and then maybe they learn a lesson. That's what this guy was doing, except he didn't lock him in first.
Throwing poop maybe isn't the answer, but neither is leaving it there is the biggest thing.
And especially, like, I get that frustration of, like, this is built up over time. This is not the first time this has happened. And then for them to even be like, okay, we'll come over and pick it up, and then just, I don't know, get sucked into a cops marathon or something, like, go pick it up.
If your dog takes a dump on my lawn and you don't pick it up legally, I should be allowed to poop on your lawn.
I think that's fair. I think you should be able to just take a squat and get them back.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
We are 2 days away from the 10-year anniversary of the Tragically Hip's final show. And I am giving us the task of having maybe the toughest draft of all time.
By a lot, to be honest.
We're doing what is the greatest line or lyric in a Tragically Hip song.
And, like, even just trying to put the draft board together, right? Like, before a draft,
it's tough, man.
We make our picks that we want, and then you got to have some backups in case something gets stolen. And, like, just trying to narrow it down has been an ordeal. But you did win rock, paper, scissors. You do have first pick. You are now tasked with choosing the greatest lyric in Tragically Hip history.
Now, this is personal opinion, right?
Sure.
I am going to go with this from Grace 2. Now, I know at the beginning there's the armed with will and determination.
Yes.
But there's something about armed with skill in its frustration.
Yeah.
That just hits a little bit. And I think that's why he put it at the end of the song. It's kind of the whole, like, I'm good at my job, but this situation is such a mess.
Yeah, and I mean, the emotion, if you got to see any of those final shows, the emotion he sang those lyrics with
exactly
hit so much different in that time.
So that's why I'm going with that as my number one pick.
I'm going for my number one pick with maybe one of the most inspiring, but also maybe one of the most used lyrics in the history of the Tragically Hip. It's this one here.
No dress rehearsal. This is our life.
Staple.
It's iconic, right? This is no dress rehearsal. We got one shot at this. This is life.
Which, like, what a beautiful way of saying that too, right?
Honestly, like, that's
no practices. It is what it is.
Such a poet. Had just such a way with words.
Coming in at number 2 for greatest hip lyrics of all time, I'm going to go with this one from Wheat Kings here.
No one's interested in something you didn't do.
Now, if for some reason you don't know the story of the song, it's about a Canadian man who was wrongfully imprisoned for 23 years for a murder he didn't commit. So obviously it's like nobody cares about something you didn't do, right?
Yeah.
But even if you take it away from like the whole meaning and origins of the song, like
the story,
that lyric, besides no one's interested in something you didn't do, it's kind of that whole thing where like we always say like, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. And the people that are listening to you at the end of the day, unless you're doing it, nobody cares.
They don't care about something you didn't do. And that should be the motivation you need to go and do the thing.
It's a story, but I think like there's so many lyrics that he has where there's like, there's more than just one meaning, you know?
Absolutely. This is another one that for me, I have listened to this lyric in times where I have felt a little bit lost, a little bit behind, a little bit like I didn't know what I needed to do. This is my pick for round 2.
Go somewhere new. Find somewhere to grow.
You can get so stuck where you are and living in the situations you're in, but if you have that bravery, that strength, if you don't weaken, you can go where you're needed and find somewhere to grow.
Finding somewhere to grow is deep, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's super deep. With my final pick for, in my opinion, the greatest hip lyrics of all time, I have to go with this one from Fireworks.
You said you did. About hockey. I never saw someone say that before.
And you know what? It's 2 lines, but I'm going to keep the Bobby Orr part too.
Long way you were loosening my grip on
Bobby Orr. That's crazy. We literally talked about this off the air, that out of all the thousands of lyrics, how could we possibly have the same pick? And that was on my board.
It's the most Canadian line of all time. I mean, there's way more Canadian lines in Tragically Hip songs, but I think to me, these lyrics capture something so small and personal, yet makes a powerful statement on life and relationships at the same time. It's kind of how like you can date someone and polar opposites just attract is I think the most beautiful way to put it there.
A great line. And I kind of wanted to go with that as my third pick just to lighten the mood because I got some like more heavy lines that speak to me and my experiences.
What's your third one going to be that I stole it now?
You took it, so I kind of go back to the sappy, and this was actually a song that I was introduced to by my wife. She got me listening to this one off Your Favorites, which was an album we played on many, many car rides, and this one just speaks to me a lot.
You feel scared, a bit confused. I gotta say, this sounds a little beyond anything I'm used to.
Just talking about those feelings and how like none of us has the playbook. None of us knows how any of this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
We are all just figuring this out as we go.
Now, for you guys got to figure out, who do you think had the better draft list? I don't think anybody loses.
No, this is definitely like, listen, don't get me wrong.
Someone's got to win.
We keep score, so you need to vote, but we're all winners for having these lines in our lives.
I got in at number 1. I got Armed with Skill and Its Frustration, Grace 2. My second pick was Besides No One Is Interested in Something You Didn't Do from Wheat Kings. And of course, number 3, I've got Fireworks. You said you didn't give an F about hockey, and I never saw someone say that before.
For my 3 picks, for number 1, I took Ahead by a Century. No Dress Rehearsal. This Is Our Life. I can't even say rehearsal right because my brain wants to say it the way he sings it.
Yeah.
I also took Go Somewhere Where Needed, Find Somewhere to Grow from It's a Good Life If You Don't Weaken. And if you feel scared and a bit confused, I gotta say this sounds a little beyond anything I'm used to from Scared.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I'm always man enough to admit when I've lost. You're catching a W here in the draft today, but tell me if I'm wrong when I don't think anybody actually lost in today's draft.
If we're going to sit around and we're going to talk about the genius lyricism of Gord Downie, then nobody's losing. Like, I'm going to take the point because I'm a competitive person.
Well, even like if you look at our text line, the amount of like songs and lyrics that people are texting in, like we only had 3 picks each here. And I actually looked at some stats here. In Gord Downie's lifetime, with the Tragically Hip, published over 200 tracks over those 14 studio albums with the hip in itself.
Not counting the unreleased stuff that they still keep unearthing to this day.
That's true. Because I was going to say, if you add like the solos or the couple of features that he's on there, it works out to about 280 songs.
Damn.
And I just put it into Google and I said, over these 280 songs that Gord Downie is on,
right,
how many words would he have wrote throughout these lyrics?
Oh my God.
Would you like to take a guess on how many words Gord Downie jotted down throughout 280 songs?
280 songs. I mean, my first number, and maybe this is low, but feels like it's got to be over 10K.
Way higher.
Way higher. Are we 100K?
Just under 100,000, I'd say. A little under.
89,364.
A little too high.
Oh, where are we at?
It says it's an estimated around 75,000 words.
Oh my God.
Jotted down across his career.
And yet, out of 75,000 words, you would think that maybe a guy could say too much, that maybe he could get a little long in the tooth. And yet again, hard pressed. If you're a hip fan, and I understand that not everyone is, but if you're a hip fan, what's the bad song?
You know,
what's the unwritten one?
It's funny you say a guy says too much. It's like, I feel like most of us on the regular think that we talk too much.
Oh, sure.
Or say too much.
Yeah.
And Gord Downie's one of those people where it's like, he said the right amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's very rare that you can say that about someone.
Yeah, nobody accused him of going too far, going too long. Even when he'd wander off track, that's when we'd get the killer whale tank. You know what I mean? Even when he's in that spot where most of us would be like, all right, man, shut up. It's some of the most revered songwriting in our country's history.
It's like the one guy that you would want to be stuck beside at a bar stool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going anywhere.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
As it turns out, North America does not have the stranglehold on supermarkets getting roasted by the people who live near them. Have you ever heard of Sainsbury's before? It's like a UK grocery store.
No.
So they put in some new AI technology. Yes, it's another story about AI being bad. That scans people's faces at the self-checkout and then registers whether or not that person is a threat or maybe like a repeat offender, as a shoplifter, somebody who's been in before and been caught doing something.
They have AI that'll stereotype people at the self-checkout?
Yeah, basically. And
they're like, this guy looks shady?
They're like, you should keep an eye on this guy. Apparently going so far as, let's go back to a guy got caught on one of these cameras. The camera went off and said, this guy over here on self-checkout number whatever, go over and get him. And it accused him of having been in and shoplifted before, saying he's likely to be doing it again. So human staff alerts the floor staff. They go over and they take this guy out of line. They go, hey man, you got to go. You've been accused of shoplifting.
Anything?
Not only was he not shoplifting then, he had never been to that location before, so had never shoplifted there before.
Amazing.
He actually asked them, he's like, well, I need this stuff, so I'm going to send somebody else in to buy it if you don't mind putting the cart aside. So the grocery store company obviously is now coming under fire because this guy lodged a complaint and the news has picked it up and everything. They are saying, well, it's not the AI's fault. The AI is right 99.98% of the time. This is human error. So basically what they're saying is the AI spotted this guy with facial recognition, told a human, go check this guy out, and then the human misinterpreted or made some sort of stereotype judgment and had him thrown out of the store.
I think this is a combo of both, because if you think about it, how does the AI learn?
Yeah.
The AI learns from the humans. So even before all of that, to get the whole idea of like, this is what a stereotypical self-checkout thief looks like.
Bad person.
Someone had to sit at a computer and be like, baggy hoodie, Crooks and Castle shirt.
Yeah. Thief, no thief.
You know what
no
I mean?
Thief.
So it's like someone had to implement that already.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So they said that they are suspending the AI program because obviously something is wrong here.
Good.
But only at the one store. All the other stores in the chain, as well as numerous other franchises that use this software, are continuing to use the Stereotype software.
So you're telling me if I go to the UK and I go grocery shopping and I want to steal from the self-checkout, all I need to do is dress well?
Yeah.
I just need to wear like a suit or something to the grocery store and it won't suspect me?
Put a little gel in your hair and walk a little more upright and they'll be like, God, that guy's fine.
Yeah,
He's totally cool.
Sometimes you can judge a book by its cover, apparently.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A crazy story about some people with quick thinking managing to avoid serious injury in Sweden. 50 people jumped on a bus, kind of like a megabus type thing, a Greyhound.
Okay.
They're traveling down the highway when all of the sudden the driver of the bus, just a regular old bus driving dude, becomes fully unresponsive, just passes out in his seat. He didn't die. Apparently, he'd just been sick and thought like, oh, no big deal. Like, I drive for a living. I'll be fine.
And just passed out.
Whatever sickness, and they haven't announced it yet, just sort of overtook him, and he passed out in his seat with his
scary as
foot
hell.
on the gas pedal, like firmly pressed. So the passengers notice something's going on when all of a sudden the bus sort of lurches forward with speed. Two people rush to the front. One guy's trying to like shake the bus driver, like, hey, wake up, please drive this bus.
Yeah.
And then the lady who ran up front, she's trying to, and on a bus, those big giant steering wheels. So she's trying to take control of the bus. But again, they can't get his foot off the gas pedal.
It's like a real life Keanu Reeves Speed situation in a sense.
Basically in that same vein of everyone is just terrified. So they're driving along. All of a sudden the bus kind of like hits a bump in the road. The lady loses the steering wheel a bit. They cross over the middle into oncoming traffic.
Jeez.
She manages to jerk it back over into their lane. But somewhere in there, the bus driver's foot came off the pedal. And then actually really smart. So the meridian wasn't like a concrete divider or anything. It was a series of small, maybe like knee-high poles, like just low poles.
Okay.
So now the guy's foot is off, but they're still moving pretty quick. She steers the bus gently back into the pole so that they start hitting. And it's like when you see like our spin wheel when we're doing contests, basically it hits enough poles that it's like tick, 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 comes to a stop. And they were able to get like paramedics in there. Bus driver's totally fine
Everyone
now.
on the bus is safe too.
I mean, probably a few therapy sessions booked, but from a physical perspective, everyone is totally fine.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable heroism from the two people that rushed up to the front of the bus.
Yeah, what was everybody else on the bus doing?
Screaming. There was everybody else on the bus was screaming except for one person who also went up to the front and was filming. Was not helping, was not trying to wake the bus driver, or even she had her phone, was not trying to contact help, was just filming the whole thing, and now has a admittedly viral video.
That is like our society in a nutshell right there, where it's like, I might die.
Yeah.
But I better get a video first.
For the gram.
Yeah.
Gotta do it for the gram.
Yeah, I better post this on Snapchat. Well, I told you there's that time where I saw the car accident on the 401 leaving Toronto that one time. And I hopped out of my car. I helped this family. This girl had a broken leg.
Oh, God.
Not trying to sound like a hero or anything, but like I carried this girl.
Yeah, you jumped into action.
It's like 16-year-old girl. Her leg is broken. It's bleeding.
Oh.
And the whole time I'm carrying her, she's just taking Snapchats.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing. This would be like if the bus driver was laying there and they're trying to control the bus and he's like, I'm taking duck face selfies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you are involved in a pretty serious incident right now.
Facebook status after the bus crash. Having a really bad day. Please don't ask me about it.
Give me some space right now.
Bus driver's like, work is not going great. Don't want to talk about it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right, we are playing wrong answers only, and we've got $100 in Lotto Max tickets. And, you know, whenever you go on a website, it always asks you, will you accept all cookies?
Yeah, accept all essential cookies only, rejecting cookies, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say.
So wrong answers only. What actually happens when you click accept all cookies?
Right, we're not looking for the deep computer nerd stuff. Wrong answers only. Best wrong answer wins the $100 in Lotto Max tickets.
All right. If you are not one of our cookie knowers,
cookie monsters,
I guess.
If you're not in the cookie jar, then you got to vote today.
You are a judge. So 762-555. Let us know who has the best answer. Let's start with Rocco here.
Hey boys, morning. Obviously, will you accept all cookies means C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
Foreshadowing.
C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is
it's a
for
really
cookie.
good cookie.
That's good enough for me. Because cookie starts with C.
Good stuff, Rocco. All right, what's Zach got for us here?
We're accepting grandma's cookies.
My grandma did not know how to use the internet.
I was going to say, it was always such a bummer if your grandma didn't make good cookies.
Everything that they were doing was just uploading cookies onto the internet. Let's see what Laura's got here.
Hey, it's Laura. It means that you're letting the Keebler elves come in and take your phone and put it in their tree, and then they're going to put cookies on it, and then they're going to bake the cookies, and then when the cookies are done, they're going to give you your phone back, and then you've accepted the cookies. Thank you.
Okay. A little bit of a stretch, but I like the creativity.
Well, I think baking your phone is probably not the best idea. That's definitely going to break something.
Wait, you're telling me I shouldn't put my phone in the microwave or the oven?
Not if you're going to turn it on.
Okay, we'll do a couple more here.
Okay.
Let's see what Ben's got.
Accepting cookies on the internet is just a psyop advertising to get you to think about cookies.
Psyop. Big cookies infiltrated the internet to get right into your brain, man.
I like that one. Here's Cass.
Accepting all cookies means I get to start my diet tomorrow.
Yes.
Heyo.
I've accepted many cookies.
All right, final one here.
Okay.
Let's see what Sterling's wrong answer is.
It's Sterling, and I actually install internet. And when you save all cookies, it actually feeds the gnomes that run the magical internet interface. They all work in the background. You never see them, but the cookies definitely are their food, and without it, we won't have any internet.
He described that to us like we were children.
Honestly,
asking, you know?
I mean, we've been described as such, so it does. Sure. I was like, oh no, when he's like, I actually install internet. I was like, no, we said no nerd answers, but that was actually, I would say it's between that guy and the psyop.
I love the psyop. I just love the word psyop in general.
As two people who love a good dumb conspiracy, that's great.
Text line, 3 people have texted him big cookie. We'll give it to Ben.
I'm fine with that.
We'll give it to Ben and his psyop. Here's your winner.
Accepting cookies on the internet is just a psyop advertising to get you to think about cookies.
Hey, if you happen to win the $100 in Lotto Max for tonight's jackpot, you could probably buy a lot of cookies.
Or a Faraday cage to keep Big Cookie out of your computer.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Send us a text, 762-555. Ask us a question right now. Well, we're waiting for all of your questions to come in, and we'll read them on the radio in a couple minutes. 762-555. Ask us a question right now.
It's really beautiful. I think that's how the song was meant to be, if you ask me.
First one in here says, if you could have a song play every time you walk in a room, what song would you want?
I mean, I think it would be the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The Glass Shatter?
Yeah, like he nailed it. Either that or the Bret Hart guitar riff. The
every room that you walk into, like imagine you're walking into a funeral and it.
Absolutely. Because you know what? that guy or gal in the casket or urn or box or whatever, they wouldn't want us to be sad. They'd want us to get together and raise hell.
I was just thinking, honestly, like the little the bass from Seinfeld.
But even that, imagine, because it's every room, right?
Yeah.
So you're with the missus, you're like, hey, let me just go run into the bathroom real quick. And you come back out for some sexy time, and it's
pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate, man.
That's a bummer.
What color is the number 7 to you?
Color is the number 7? Is it weird that I have an answer? As soon as you said it, I felt like it was green.
Green?
Yeah.
Why green?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe because like in my brain, it's like 7 is lucky. Lucky it was winning. Winning is money. Green.
You know what? I'd say red because I think of the slot machines. They're all these usually the 7s are red,
7,
right?
7, 7. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Weird question. I don't know why that's got my brain going now.
That's just it. It's a weird question, but you're like, oh, okay. It makes me think, and I like that.
Yeah.
It itches me.
All right. If the early bird catches the worm, do good things really come to those who wait?
I mean, I feel like if you live your life based on idioms, nothing good is happening. You're just sitting around thinking of stuff. Like, sometimes, yeah, getting up early is the right thing to do. You can get a jump start on the day, and you can get there ahead of schedule. But sometimes you come across as a tryhard, overeager.
I can't tell you how many times I've waited in the Ticketmaster queue. And being the early bird did not pay off.
But neither did waiting.
And then I find out there's people that waited till the day before the concert and got cheaper tickets on StubHub.
Oh, that is a fair point.
Caviar pizza, yay or nay? Caviar pizza.
Have you ever tried caviar?
I've never had caviar.
The fact that like a small fraction of a teaspoon is like $100 has stopped me from ever eating it. But I hear it's just salty.
Yeah.
Which I feel like on pizza, a little bit of salty.
That could work.
But over the course of a whole pizza spread out like a pesto?
Caviar is like seafood, right?
I believe so.
It's a type of seafood?
I believe so.
Is there other types of seafood pizza? Like, just thinking about it now.
Yeah.
And tell me if I'm just like wrong here.
Okay.
Lobster pizza sounds like it would slap.
I mean, if your problem with caviar pizza is the price, lobster pizza is going to be up there. But
a steak and lobster pizza? Surf and turf pizza?
A surf and turf pizza with like, not to name drop a business, but it was Papa John's that has that like garlic butter dip.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I feel like I just got fatter thinking about it.
Surf and turf pizza.
It's an interesting idea. I might try that next time I make pizza.
And bring it to us for free because we're too broke. All right. Does anybody actually finish a whole lip balm?
I've never used lip balm. Someone told me when I was a teenager that once you use it, you can't stop. And unlike my lifelong addiction to cigarettes that I only recently kicked, I just didn't start.
I feel like lip balm, chapstick, it's kind of one of those things that you buy and you're guaranteed to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it goes like lip balm, lighters, pens.
Right. Although unlike lighters and pens, hopefully no one is borrowing and then stealing your lip balm, running off with your lip balm in their pockets.
Never finished to completion or someone swoops in and takes it.
Getting chapstick.
Yeah. It's like a lot of people's relationships, you know? All right, final one here. Says, I was watching Monsters, Inc. with my kid on the weekend, and I was wondering, how did Mike Wazowski get a job as a bus driver with one eye?
That's true. Would have terrible depth perception, theoretically.
Yeah, I mean, if you have one eye and you go to Service Ontario, like they might deny your license. I don't know how that works.
I will say, though, in the movie, despite him having one eye, they never really make any jokes or anything about him having bad depth perception. So maybe his particular species is just really good at seeing.
Well, I mean, his whole body is also an eye, right?
He's an orb.
He's like seeing all being, technically.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he's the best bus driver. He sees all the pedestrians. He sees all the awful drivers that are trying to crash into him.
If you're driving in your car right now, close one eye and let us know 762-555.
Do not do that. The Brock and Dolly Show takes no responsibility if you close your eyes while driving today.
Let's go lefties and then the righties. You guys text in and let us know how it goes.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dolby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dolby podcast.